Welcome to Baz Travels. After driving 14,826 kilometers through 24 states and Washington, D.C., I've seen rocket launches to the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. I've explored Route 66, ghost towns, deserts, snow, and beaches on both coasts. From Vegas casinos to Alcatraz, the White House to Hollywood. Join me for a journey of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Loading destination. Simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. To look around, move your phone or tablet. Click and drag if on a computer or move your head if using a VR headset. Please like and subscribe.
Frisco began as a working town, not a resort. Its origins are tied to mining, transport, and regional supply rather than recreation. In the late 19th century, this area became active because of mineral discoveries in the surrounding mountains, and Frisco developed to support that activity rather than to attract settlement for its own sake. The town was established in the 1870s as mining operations expanded across Summit County. What matters here was location. Frisco sits at a junction of valleys where routes coming from mountain passes converge. That made it an efficient place to move ore, equipment, and supplies through a difficult landscape. Railroads played a central role. Narrow gauge lines connected Frisco to other mining camps and processing centers, linking it into regional networks that extended well beyond the immediate valley. The town functioned as a logistic point, a place where materials could be transferred, stored, and redirected. Unlike boom towns built directly on mining claims, Frisco was positioned to last longer. Its role was not dependent on a single mine. When activity declined in one area, the town could still serve others. This flexibility allowed Frisco to avoid the rapid collapse that affected many nearby camps. Services developed early. Blacksmiths, freight handlers, lodging, and supply stores supported both residents and transient workers. The town grid reflected that purpose. Streets were laid out for access and movement rather than a display. Buildings were practical, durable, and oriented towards work. As mining activity fluctuated, Frisco adapted. When rail traffic slowed, the town shifted towards service road travel. The same routes that once carried wagons and rail lines later carried automobiles. Frisco's value as a junction remained constant even as transport modes changed. This continuity explains why Frisco survived while many mining towns did not. It was never only a production site. It was a service town embedded in a network of movement. That role allowed it to absorb economic change without losing friction. By the early 20th century, Frisco had transitioned away from heavy mining support, but its layout and identity remained intact. The town continued to serve travelers, workers, and regional traffic moving between valleys and overpasses. Frisco's historical significance lies in that adaptability. It represents a pattern common in successful mountain towns. Survive by serving others rather than relying on a single resource. The town you see today is built on that foundation. Its later evolution came because the original purpose held long enough to allow change. Frisco did not reinvent itself suddenly. It adjusted gradually using the same geographic advantages that justified its founding. Frisco exists because it worked, first for mining, then for transport, and eventually for a broad regional role. Its history is not defined by spectacle but by function, positioning, and persistence.
Gotta make sure to get my good side.
Simulation terminated. Please comment, like and subscribe.